Well, welcome everybody here with us today and at home. What we're going to do today is we're going to do two really simple recipes that are good for most any occasion. And whether you want to make them in the summertime when you're actually making this jelly, or you want to bring a little bit of summer into the house later when it's cold and wintry outside, it work wonderfully then as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with first, we're going to you've gotten to taste the cream cheese on a cracker with the pepper jelly. We're going to take that to another level. So what I'm going to start with here is I have just 8 ounces of cream cheese. And so I'm going to take this and just put it in my mixer here. And we're going to get that started to cream up. Now what this is going to do, you don't need to do this very long, but it's just going to break it down and make it easier to spread. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of sugar. What this is going to do is just going to help to open up the cream cheese and take a little bit of the bite away from it. You can use, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this in a little plate here that we have. You can use anything, if you want to do it in a bowl, individual ones for people, however, works just fine. So what I'm going to do, let's get this going. I'm just going to take this out, and we've got it nice and smooth. Very easy, especially if you have your cream cheese warmed slightly, if it's been out at room temperature. And so we're just going to put this in the bottom of our little plate here and give it a little smooth down. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to cover it up anyway. So what does it really matter? As long as it looks good to you and it tastes good, that's what's important. So we have this in here now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on top of that our pepper jelly that we just made. And this dip as well can be used with any type of jelly is wonderful as well. Earlier today we'd made a mixed berry jelly, and it's very good on this as well. I would say with the mixed berry jelly, you probably just want to add a little bit less sugar to it. So we've got that all smoothed on there. And I'm going to put some green onions on there. Green onions, and of course, what is a good dip without everybody's favorite item nowadays? Bacon. Because bacon makes everything better, doesn't it? And then because this is a little bit sweeter with the pepper jelly, I like to just make it a little bit different. So we're going to put some fresh cracked black pepper on there. I like a lot of pepper, but that's mine. I'm a pepper fanatic, so if you like a little bit less, you can. If you want to use cracked pepper bacon, that's very good as well. And that's all there is to this. Serve this on crackers. It's wonderful year-round. It's a great summer dish. You're going to get those fresh pepper flavors, the fresh green onions. If you're having a party, for Christmas or Thanksgiving, you've got, 2 minutes there, and we have something very simple. And that's going to take what we've started with the cream cheese, just take it to that another level. And again, if anybody has any questions, we have our wonderful people with the microphone. They'll be happy to let you ask them. Well, we're going to start our next dish here, a little bit more complex, but it's still very easy. What we're going to do is we're going to do a California Cobb salad with grilled flatbread and a pepper jelly vinaigrette. I know, it's a mouthful, isn't it? So what I have here is I just have a pan. It's going to do a grill mark on it. If you have a gas grill or a charcoal grill, works wonderfully as well. If you just want to run this through the oven, you can do that as well. So what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to make my vinaigrette. Vinaigrettes are so easy to make. You feel bad going to the store. After you learned how to make them, it's almost you feel bad paying the money to go to the store and get it. What I'm going to start with is I have, again, the pepper jelly here. And I'm just going to put that in a bowl with about a tablespoon of cider vinegar. I like cider vinegar. The flavors match well. If you're going to use, maybe something like the different vinegar when you're making your pepper jelly, you can use you could use a different vinegar with this as well. I like the flavor from the cider vinegar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this And I'm just going to mix this all up. Work that vinegar in, and that's going to help to take a little bit of the sweetness out when you're eating this, as well as allow it to hold in and emulsify the oil. So now I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and of course, my favorite, a little bit of pepper. We'll put that in there. And then what I'm using here is a sunflower oil. If you want to use a light olive oil or a soybean oil or canola oil, all those work as well. The main thing you don't want is a very flavorful oil. You wouldn't want to use an extra virgin olive oil because that flavor from that oil is going to bury what you have, with the pepper jelly itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this going, and I'm going to slowly add that oil. And what this is going to do is that oil, I don't know if you can see, is going to work together, and it's going to bind with all the little molecules and do sciencey things that are sciencey and not things that I know a lot about. But this is also going to thicken it up. The trick to this is you don't want to add your oil very quickly. You want to work in just a little bit at a time. And you can see this is starting to turn pale. It's turning whitish. That's how you can tell that everything's working into it. And what you'll do is just get it to a nice consistency that is not necessarily runny, but it's not to mayonnaise either. So we've got our dressing there. What I've got is I have some spring mix. So you can use any kind of lettuce. With some wonderful fresh lettuces available now at the farmer's market, at your local grocery stores. This is just a mix of various baby lettuces. And I'm just going to take and just put this vinaigrette right on it. And what we'll do with this is just give it a little toss, coat it all up, get all the little leaves all over the table. Because, if you're not getting things everywhere, you're not really cooking, You got to have fun with it. Make it energetic. So we have that all coated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flatbread. Now this is naan, which is an Indian flatbread. If you wanted, you could use pita bread, you could use an enhada, any type of flatbread that you like. And I'm just going to put that in here, and I'm going to let that sit, and it's going to get a little bit crispy on the outside. And while that's going, I'm just going to assemble the rest of my items here that we're going to put on our salad. Lots of good things, because, you got to have good things in life. First thing I'm going to start off with is avocado. When everybody thinks of California, they think of avocados. So we're just going to take a little avocado here. And the easiest way to open an avocado is just go around it, and it pops right open. Now we're going to take this and just give it a couple little cuts here. And that slices it right up. So then it pops right out. You've got instant sliced avocado. I'm going to turn this real quick. Oh yeah, we're getting a nice little brown on that. The other items I have is I have a very nice heirloom tomato. Heirloom tomatoes are older variety tomatoes. So much nicer, so much more flavor. And this time of year is a great time of year to get them. This one is actually it's called Black Cherokee, and one of my favorites. And I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to quarter it up a little bit, make some nice wedges, and have that for our salad as well. We'll flip this over. All right. Along with this, I also have some black beans, some turkey that I cooked, just leftover turkey breast. We'd cooked, cooled, and we're just going to dice that up. You can do it in slices if you'd like. Bacon, because again, bacon makes everything better. And I have queso fresco. Queso fresco is a Mexican cheese, and it's a very fresh cheese, which means it's not aged very long. But it's also a very crumbly cheese. It has a very mild flavor as well. So we've got our flatbread here. Oh, it's got a nice little crust on it. I don't know if everybody can see this. We've got that. It's created a crust. It's going to hold out a lot of the liquid. When you're adding your greens with the dressing, it's not going to get as soggy. So we're going to take that, and we're just going to put that on our plate here. Well, and if you want, it's something, if you want to cut this into wedges, make it a little bit more artistic here, you can do that as well. And we're going to take our greens, just put these right on the plate there. And one of the things with Cobb salads that makes it a Cobb salad is your ingredients don't get mixed in. They go on top. They get set right there. Nice little lines, make it really pretty. So we'll take our avocado. Oh, maybe put these avocado pieces over here. That there. Oh, how about bacon in the middle? Yeah. And we'll put our tomatoes, because, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Hey, there you go. Add that on there. And these are just canned black beans. Now, I've taken these, and when you have canned black beans, or any type of canned beans, main thing you want to do is make sure you take them, rinse them off, and drain them. That way you don't get the kind of sliminess that comes from them in the can. We'll just put those on there. Oh, some turkey. And we'll just dice this up. And you can put as much as you'd like on there, or as little if you're on a diet, which, it's summertime. Some people are. You can tell I'm not. And so we'll put our turkey on there, fill that up, and then we'll finish with queso fresco. As I said, this is a very soft cheese. It crumbles remarkably well.
What kind of cheese?
This is queso fresco. It's a Mexican cheese. It's very similar to a farmer's cheese, that it's not aged for a long time. It's formed and just lightly held together. It's also a wonderful melting cheese. Very great to do if you want to do a quesadilla or something like that. Most grocery stores you'd be able to find it too, whether it's a Walmart or a Meijer or Mars, those types of places will generally have it in their cheese department. And that's all there is to this. We have a quick, easy salad that's going to carry over those flavors that you've got in the pepper jelly. And we do have some samples of that. And these recipes actually are on the website, along with some wonderful coupons, as well as a few other recipes. And these are items that, again, are very easy, take a short amount of time, but are going to use something that you have in storage once you've made your jellies and be able to do different things with. Does anybody have any questions? And these are, the other thing you can do with these as well is, as I said, with this, there's a lot of openness to when you're canning other things. If you were making a mixed berry jelly, those of you that were here earlier saw we'd done a mixed berry vinaigrette. You can do the same basic thing with that. Or if you were doing, a pepper jelly that I think somebody asked earlier, the different red peppers, you can even draw that out if you've got some nice fresh peppers to put that in here as well. And that'll really liven that up. And these are as well, are things that you can do if you're a vegetarian, if you're looking to not have the meat on the dip, you can do as well with those things. Turkey bacon works very well as well. Any questions? I guess everybody's busy eating.
Silence is a good thing, right?
Yes, I will take that as a good thing that everybody's filling themselves up.
Excellent.
Well, again, we'd like to thank everybody for being here, and we're glad that you could join us today.